Hey, guys, it's your girl, Juice Cupcake. So today, what are we gonna talk about? Y'all know I'm gonna have to get into this Derrick Jaxon situation. Now, y'all know I'm gonna have to go at this clown because I don't like me no cheater. So let's go ahead, get your blunt, get your cupcake, do whatever it is you gotta do, and let's get into this. Shonda, tell them what time it is.
Tell me everything!
Coming at ya. Bomb style disaster. Coming at ya. At ya. Tell you when it's master. Coming at ya. Coming at ya. Bomb style disaster. Coming at ya.
All right, guys, welcome back. So, as y'all can tell here, I got Derrick Jaxon up here. Yes, we are going to talk about this. We are going to discuss this. Now, what's crazy about this is I started following Derrick Jaxon like 5 years, 5 or 6 years ago. I ran across him on Twitter. And I always just thought that it was kind of cool that as a man, he was kind of letting women in on what men think and why men are doing certain things, which obviously did a lot for him because we see he took off once women started kind of getting wind to him. He kind of started to take off a little bit and he was just blowing up left and right, right? But now, 5 years later, it's the weed, y'all. 5 years later, you now become the very person you talked about. That's what's trippy out to me. This is what's tripping me out with this whole situation. 5 years later, you become the very man that you used to speak about. What happened? And that's what we gonna discuss today is what happened. We gonna break it down little by little, but I ain't gonna kill y'all too long today with my commentary, so I'm gonna be quick on this. So let's go ahead and read what Mr. Derrick Jaxon had to say. Now, I reported this on my TikTok. I broke this story as of like 2 days ago. And I talked about how Tasha K had pictures of the chick he was with, which I'm gonna show y'all some of the pictures that I have. Just what and actually it was followers of Tasha K sending it to Tasha K who caught him in Miami and recognized him. I mean, Derrick Jaxon has a distinct look. He's not something that don't look. He looks very like Derrick Jaxon when you see him. He's one of those people. You ain't gonna be mistaken. He don't have a doppelganger. So at the end of the day, he was caught in Miami. People were sending her pictures and letting her know, hey, yo, Derrick Jaxon's down here with some chick all over her hands, all over her, yada, yada, yada. And that was how Tasha K got wind of the story of what was going on. So it wasn't like she went looking. You got to remember, Tasha K has 1.2 million fans. Now, me personally, I used to watch her too, but I just wanted to see what she got or what pictures she had. So at the end of the day, she had pictures. And it was because followers of hers were sending it to her because she once before broke the story about Derrick Jaxon cheating on his wife. And y'all remember that's when they came out with a book and they looking like a collective unit and they're together. And I'm not knocking that because any woman that loves a man would have done that. So shout out to Danae, wife to wife. I am very sorry about what has now been done to you because straight up this is foul on every level. You understand? Foul on every level. And what bothers me about this is I feel like to pick the type of chicks that you picking over your wife tells me you're not happy with your wife. Men have a type, y'all. And sometimes they will meet a woman that could be average and looking and still wife her or be with her because of other qualities that they see in her. Okay. But when you deal with a narcissist like Derrick Jaxon, women like her are perfect for him because they're submissive. She believed in the Bible. She believed in doing whatever her husband said. And this clown knew it. And yes, I'm going to call him a clown because I'm over it. But let's get into what he had to say. He said, over the past several months, my family and I have gone through many changes, which is your fault. Some of it you have speculated, while others you have reached out to offer support. We have privately established this new normal for ourselves and our beautiful children. Earlier this year, after much prayer, counseling, and deep consideration, we decided to go our separate ways and file for divorce. Making the decision to file was one of the hardest decisions of my life. I've found peace knowing. See, here goes the wordplay. See, y'all need to understand that wordplay. Narcissists are very good with wordplay, man. They are some of the best people. That's what's crazy. Like, the most charismatic men are the most dangerous men. Okay? And this clown is charismatic as all get out. Okay, but let's finish going forward. That our mission in raising healthy children, starting with healthy and whole parents, still being accomplished. From failing in love as just teenagers to becoming spouses and new co-parents. I'm grateful for the years we've spent together. We wouldn't trade them for anything. I was blessed to have had such an amazing person in my life and will forever be thankful for all she meant to our family. We ask that if you pray, to please pray for us. We navigate this grieving process. If not, please respect our privacy. It's so funny how when celebrities don't want you to know what's really going on, they always ask you to respect their privacy. Problem is, though, you wasn't being private with your indiscretions. So if you was wanting all this privacy, you should have kept your indiscretions more private. And I get it. And it's respect. And I can understand people asking for respect. Ain't nothing wrong with it. This is boundaries. I understand. Y'all know I'm all about them boundaries. So I'm going to respect that because I understand it. But at the same time, the wordplay is what it trips me out. The wordplay that these people do. You know what I'm saying? Now you need all this privacy, but you wasn't private about it when you was putting it out there, or you going to Miami full of people that you knew was going to recognize you with your side piece. You know, when your wife is at home with 2 children and had to probably watch on the internet this story get broken, or they have been separated for months and have just been lying to y'all. Like TJ Holmes and yeah, I'm going to get into that. Whatever her name is, Rabosh. That's going to be the next content I do. I broke some information on that. A lot of people don't know TJ Holmes was married before this wife. And but I ain't going to go into that. Y'all need to like, subscribe, and y'all know what to do so that you could get when I drop that video. And I'm going to bring y'all all the tea of the whole situation. See, I'm a blogger that likes to read articles. I like to read articles. I love to do that kind of stuff. Now, I don't mind doing reaction videos. I do it all. You know what I mean? That's why y'all here, because I do it all. You know what I'm saying? But point of what I'm saying is, I love to give y'all the facts and let you see it for yourself. I'm that blogger. I don't really like to. I'll just bring it to you because you may have not known where to find it. That's kind of what I do. You know what I'm saying? But this situation, listen, this is something that I pointed out on my TikTok, and this is what I said. People need to stop trying to be relationship gurus and stop trying to be, idealistic Black couple. People need to understand, just be yourself. Be in a relationship. Enjoy your spouse. Enjoy your situation for whatever it is. You understand what I'm saying to you? But to put yourself out in the forefront, you bet to make sure that there are no cracks or no holes, which I don't believe there ever was. I believe wholeheartedly Derrick Jaxon went into this trying to make a career for himself and his family to be able to provide. She went along with it because, of course, as a spouse, you want to see your spouse accomplish their goals and their dreams. But something y'all need to understand about that fame monster, man, it don't care nothing for marriages, none of that. So when you've got women that see a happy marriage and a happy home, I want him. And you got to understand, married men are very liked among single women. And the reason why is because a woman feels like if he's married, he's serious. He's going to take me serious. So they are willing to go after married men. It is not really because they want to be, you know what I'm saying? They want to outdo the wife. Some cases it's like that, but in some cases there are women who chase married men for the simple fact of he's a married man and they want what she got. It ain't about her. It ain't about her kids. It's about what they want in that moment. But in other news, and this is what's so sad about this whole situation is because now some kids are broke up behind this. You know what I'm saying? And this is just the kind of stuff. So if you are not a Derrick Jaxon fan or never been a Derrick Jaxon fan, or maybe you never knew who Derrick Jaxon was, this is some of what Derrick Jaxon would cover on a lot of his, and he blew up on Instagram was how he got his start. He was putting these reels out on Instagram long before TikTok, kind of like a TikTok type of thing, but he was doing it on Instagram, and he kind of blew up amongst the Black women in the Black community because here's this man telling women and schooling women to what a man's doing and why a man's moving a certain way, and it's another man telling you. So a lot of women started to get kind of up on him, which I can understand that. You know, as a woman, we want to know what men are thinking. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Shador Monroe. I follow him. He also covered this as well, but he also said, you know, and that's why I like to watch other bloggers too, not to get their information, just a lot of times just to talk about, like, just to see what they say too and what they think about it. And I would have to say, like, if we was co-hosts together, we kind of would have been on the same lines with that. Like, pretty much, I believe that wholeheartedly he did, but I also believe that this man, the fame, you know what I'm saying? Like the fame. Sorry, y'all. I have to get my coffee. I get up and record my show 5 o'clock every morning a.m. on the dot, y'all. 5 in the morning a.m. All these videos, y'all get them 5 o'clock in the morning, and I try to post my stuff around 3-ish, no later than 9 o'clock at night, so that y'all get y'all video. But I do try to post daily, if not every few days. I'll try to put y'all up on the latest, and I try to stay up on the latest. You can make sure you can follow me on Twitter, and I'll make sure I leave my Twitter information for you guys. If not, you can go right to my page, and it's right up in my little picture area. You'll see the icon for TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm on all three of those platforms. I was on Bigo, but I don't know if I want to go back to Bigo, just because Bigo has a lot of drama on it, and I'm not really with the drama. I'm more serious, and I cater to more adults than anything. So I don't know if I want to be on there. But anyway, this is just to show y'all some of what he used to cover. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent, y'all. So let's hear it.
But there are 7 things you got to stop stressing over. Number 1, the person who ghosted you. Look, that fear of facing conflict was going to show up at some point, either in years of wasting your time or in them removing themselves to make room for somebody who's ready to be an adult. Be grateful. Number 2, your ex. Trust that God knows who needed to be in this season of your life to get you where he needs you to be, and it wasn't them. Number 3, people who don't like you. 9 times out of 10, them same people don't even like themselves. Number 4, things that haven't happened yet. Look, God has worked out everything you ever been through to get you to this point. He ain't gonna switch up now. Number 5, opportunities it feels like you missed out on. Look, people are mentioning your name in rooms you know nothing about who can change your life. Just be patient.
And this is what's so sad to me,
the feeling of
because
being behind everybody else
was really trying to put out a
never
good message,
compare
but
your
that's
true
how the
story
devil
to
do.
somebody else's highlight reels. We all struggling with something. And lastly, number 7, the love you still haven't found yet. You've rushed love before.
I
You know
hope
what
you
that
found
felt
some
like.
love,
So
because for
it's
yourself,
better for
really,
you to
sir,
wait so it
because
can come the way that you
I
deserve
don't know if you
instead of getting hurt
understand.
again trying to force it to come when you want it.
Anyway, so that's just some of what he used to do, some of what he used to cover. And that's just a lot of what he would put out there on Instagram. So a lot of people and a lot of females started to support Derrick Jaxon, kind of started to support his message. Here's this positive Black man who's looking like he looks. He loves his wife. He loves his baby. And for years, Derrick Jaxon kept his wife out of the public eye. Like, people thought that he wasn't even in a relationship at one point, because And from my understanding, I think they literally just got married or had been married for some time. But I know people were like, how you not gonna marry your baby mama? How you not gonna do this? How you not gonna do that? And yada yada yada. So at the end of the day, a lot of people was like coming at his neck about his sorry, y'all. This is a lot of people was just not happy with Mr. Jackson because they just felt as though, you know what I'm saying? Like he lied. He was a fraud. And I don't think that's really what it is. I think people need to understand how fame works. And anytime you start becoming a big YouTuber or you start becoming somebody that starts to get well known, you got to remember you're being watched. You know, your platform is huge once you start getting up there. I have 19.2 thousand followers on TikTok. You know, your platform's being watched. Like you're being watched. You know what I'm saying? Like people are watching you. Females are watching you. So they're seeing what you're doing. They're seeing how you moving. They see how you talking. You understand? And these people are starting to get intrigued. And that's the sad part about fame is that, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing even with J-Lo. Like if anybody knows about J-Lo's first husband, J-Lo left her first husband once she became famous. Fame. It does it to a lot of people. I don't know what happens with people in their relationships or their marriage, that it's like all of a sudden they just choose to not want to do the right thing by their spouses no more. It's like they how their spouses helped them get to that point. But then once they got to that point, that spouse was no longer needed because now they've come to a level where they could do better. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that works. I don't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to know. But I do. Let's talk about Danae for a second. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this. It's being said that Danae is crazy. Danae does a lot of wild things on the internet. And their fear that he's going to use this to try to get custody of his kids. Well, now if you know anything about Derrick Jaxon, him being verified and him now being where he's at, he's a celebrity at this point now. He's not even a normal Joe Bro. He's just, I would say, like, there's levels to it. Your celebrity status, there's levels. He's a celebrity on social media. So he's a social media star, but not as far as like celebrity A-list, like on Cardi B's level. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B got her start from being a social media star. That's how Love and Hip Hop got wind of who she was and was like, well, hey, since you got the following and the people behind you, we want to go ahead and we want to support you. We want to give you a show. So we don't know. It could be shows and works and all kinds of things in the works for her. We don't know because now she's blowing up because of this. But something I want to wife to a wife, and I know a lot of people gonna come at her, and I did on TikTok. Like I let it be known, you did go on the internet last year and pray bad on a lot of people that had anything bad to say against your husband. But at the same time, sweetheart, what you failing to realize is your husband is the one embarrassing you, not us. And some of us was actually blogging on it because we felt bad for you, not because we trying to clown you. It's like he's putting out an image that he's this great person, he's this great husband, he's this great man, and yet he's turning around doing the very person that came in it with him. That's what's so crazy to me. And the fact is, he's saying in that video, God is removing the person out your life. Like I'm. It's like, man, take your own advice. Like for real, Danae, are you listening? Are you listening to what he just told you about what you're gonna feel about him? That's what's crazy about all of it. She's gonna feel that way about him. And as I'm sitting there watching it, that's what I was sitting there thinking. Like, dang, this is crazy to me to see this going down like this. And yet, this is the very thing that this man was speaking about when it came to everybody else. This is why, bro, it is best. What do they say? People in glass houses should not throw stones. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying. Uh-huh. People in glass houses should not throw stones. I would not ever want my relationship in the forefront like that, or people to really be into my relationship. Like, even every now and then I put my husband on my TikTok, or we'll do things collectively together. We're going to start a podcast, but as far as like we're doing it together, it's not a situation where if my husband didn't want to be in the public eye, I wouldn't put him in the public eye. I just feel like if you seek out for social media, that's you. So I didn't understand why he wasn't putting her out there. You understand? Because he was the one that was wanted to be on social media, not her. So for a lot of years, he kept her hidden. And then people started making comments, and then black women started saying a lot of things. And then Tasha K started coming along and like, why you don't never? So then he started showing her more. But really, when it all came out was when he got exposed the first time for cheating. And that's when everybody got to actually see what Danae looked like for the first time. Because up until that point, Danae had stayed quiet and out of the media. But once it was exposed the very first time of his cheating or indiscretions, that's when a lot of people got wind of who Danae was. Then Danae decided she was going to go on the internet and make a post. And now they saying they worried about this because he could potentially try to use that in court to prove that she's not sane. And I just don't think, I hope he wouldn't do no mess like that. I would hope he would just be a gentleman about it. You know what I'm saying? Try to be peaceable in the situation, because ultimately children need both parents. They shouldn't be without one or the other. Both children need both parents. So if you can collectively co-parent and come together, do it. Do it. That's it. That's all. But moving forward in other news, guys, tell me what y'all think about this whole situation. I really think it's a sad situation, because I'm a married woman myself, and seeing people get divorced and seeing households break up and children now having to be put or jolted into a situation, and they have 2 children, being jolted into a situation where now they've got to know what life is like without both of the parents being in the household. And it's sad to me. It's very sad to me. Like, it's not even, this isn't funny. I know a lot of people gonna use it as commentary to go to town. And I know y'all probably clicked in like, talk your smack. I'm gonna talk my smack, but I'm gonna be precious to her because I understand a wife's perspective. And wife to another wife, I'm not gonna down nobody. But I definitely did not agree with her getting on the internet last year. But anyway, so yes, that's my thoughts on it. I want to extend my apologies to you, Danae, but Derrick Jaxon, I'm gonna need you to get it together. I'm gonna need you to get it together. So now I'm gonna go in on him. I'm gonna go in on him real quick. Okay. Did you honestly not think that people were gonna recognize you in Miami? Did you think that nobody was gonna recognize your blackity black self? Did you not? You have a distinct look, Mr. Jackson. Did you not think people were going to see you? So either one or two things: either your side piece was forcing you to bring her out, or you didn't plan on anybody recognizing you because you felt like nobody watching me. People done forgot about me. You have to understand you are a celebrity status now on social media. People know who you are. You understand? Did you honestly think you were going to be able to go to Miami and get away with not being seen? And y'all know the winos is everywhere. Everybody know that on YouTube. The winos is I used to be a wino. So do you know the winos? And shout out to Tasha K. I ain't got no issue with Tasha K. I would have to, we'll have to cover that another day, because how I kind of feel about the situation is I was very sad to see Tasha K ruin her platform. I just feel like it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it to me. Regardless, it was just not worth it to me. Whatever she felt she needed to comment on with Cardi, I don't know if Nicki put her up to it, Nicki Minaj. And that's another thing I'm going to go over to. We're going to do an episode about that, and I'm going to go deep behind it, because I do believe Nicki Minaj had a lot to do with that. And they saying that they believe Nicki Minaj backed her, but that's allegedly. I don't know, and I'm gonna do my research. That video will probably be coming, but it won't be no time soon, because I'm gonna have to really do my research on that to see if there was connections at that time. But I do know they was close and they was cool, and she was talking to Nicki. So I don't know if she was getting exclusive information. I don't know if Nicki was giving her topics. I don't know. Okay, but anyway. How did you not think that somebody was going to see you? That's crazy to me. So this feels like something that just kind of sprung up. I don't think He wanted a divorce because obviously if he wanted a divorce, he wouldn't have been caught cheating. But I also do think that she was like, I'm done. No more now. You've embarrassed me enough. And the embarrassment the first time around was bad because he came out and admitted that he had been caught once before. Then you come out with this book talking about how y'all healed and everything else, and here you caught again. No more than what, 3 years later? Come on, Mr. Jackson. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. I'm just saying. It's a daggum shame. It's a sad situation. And the fact is, I believe wholeheartedly he used her. You understand? I believe that she was one of those people that I'm going to put a baby in her so she ain't going nowhere because she's submissive. She's this, she's that. And it was perfect qualities of a starter wife. And everybody's been saying that she was a starter wife because it's clear he got a type. You understand? It's clear he got a type. But when he was probably nobody wanted to fool with him like that. Them chicks ain't checking for you. But now all of a sudden, these chicks is checking for you now that you famous, honey. I can't. I'm trying to be very nice and compassionate about this whole situation because, again, bro, I'm a firm believer in karma. I'm a firm believer in what you put out, you get back. So I don't definitely want to put no negative energy out there that I would want back myself because I'm okay on that. But at the end of the day, I feel like this much. Sit down somewhere, have several seats for you to disrespect your wife, for you to disrespect the vow. And I understand people are flawed. People make mistakes. Even good dudes cheat. It's very true. But at the same time, the question I have for you is, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Because now you have taken another Black woman and destroyed her. That's my question to you. Was it worth it? You understand what I'm saying? So I really hope he's learned a lot from this. I hope that going forward, he takes it and gets it together with his maker and he figures out himself and figure out where he's going. And he needs to stop letting the devil take him astray. Now, Danae, go on and get yourself in some therapy, honey. Get yourself in some therapy. Do what you got to do. Snap back. And what I would do is I would go get my hair did. I'd go look and fly and I would stunt on this clown. And then I'd write a book about it. My life with Derrick Jaxon. Shout out to me when you do it, okay? Just remember I gave you the idea. Okay? My life with Derrick Jaxon. Write a book about it. Because I'm daggum sure you dealt with a lot being with that man. Okay? You dealt with a lot being with that man. And I guarantee y'all so many secrets have been exposed. Okay? So he can go join Calvin Hunter and the clown behind the affair. That's what we're going to call this. Now I'm going to start calling this a special. The clown behind the affair special. Every time one of you clowns go and have an affair, I'm going to call you a clown. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing is hurting your home, you're hurting your children, you're hurting your women, all for women in reality that only wanted you because of their own selfish want. Is that love? Is that love? So you destroy your home. You destroy your people, your family, your children, your children, because ultimately when they've got to see their mother be this way and feel this way, and when they get old enough to actually know what you did to their mom, I can only imagine like how embarrassing that's going to feel and be to them. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I'm going to suggest to you to go really find yourself and get some help. Go find yourself and get some help, Mr. Jackson. Figure out who you are and where you want to be as a man. Danae, get in therapy, like I said. Once you get good and you do good, honey, come back snatched. And then come back and tell your side of the story of what it was like living with that man. Okay? Then what you proceed to do is you go on and you encourage, you do seminars, you do all kinds of things of what it's like to help women who deal with abuse, who deal with narcissism. And I'm not saying you dealt with abuse, but I'm saying these women that because you are such a godly woman, it's clear you know your Bible. So take it, go on a tour, help women help themselves from a situation like this and make money. And baby, get to the bag. Okay? And then some man is going to come along, honey, and it's going to take you up off your feet. That's the way I see this going. That's the way, if I could see this going, that's the way I would do it. So that's what I say to Danae Jackson. You understand? I'm sorry that this happened to you. I'm sorry that this man has made you a complete fool on the internet because it's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. And some people are not going to be as nice as me. There are bloggers out there that don't care. They're going to cover the story. They're going to talk smack. They're going to clown you because in their mind, they don't care. It ain't my life. I ain't going through it. You do it, I'm going to report it. But I'm not a blogger that feels that way. Again, over here on this channel, we try to report the facts and we also try to be very fair. I'm an empathetic person, so I do put myself in other people's shoes. I have been in her shoes. You understand? So I feel for her. And this is not a good feeling to have a man completely lie to you or feel like that your whole life was a lie or to feel like that y'all were completely fine. And then all of a sudden he proceeds with these goals of wanting to be on the internet and this and this and that. And now all of a sudden your marriage is done. It's destroyed. And y'all never saw that happening. It's not cool. It's not okay. And there's kids in the midst of all of this. So I don't know, guys. This is it for me. Time is up. Let me know down in that comment section what you think about this whole Derrick Jaxon situation. You know, how do you feel? Do you feel bad for the wife? Do you feel like she saw this coming? Do you feel like she shouldn't have took him back? I don't know. Tell me what you feel. Tell me your thoughts. I love to hear them, good or bad. We don't remove comments over here. You put them there. We leave them because we are a fair channel over here. We love to talk and discuss and have adult discussions. Again, not every adult is going to agree. It's not your job to agree with me. Your job is to think for yourself. I just bring you the simple information and give you my opinion on it. But it's also ultimately to give yours as well. Again, guys, I gotta go. It's been fun. It's been your girl, Juice with Cupcake. Smash up those likes. Deuces.
Coming at ya. Bounce out, disaster. Coming at ya.